Prepare for a challenge like no other. If you love the thrill of overcoming insurmountable odds, these Souls-like games are just for you. From intense combat to intricate worlds, join us as we rank the top 13 greatest Souls-like games of all time you must play. I just wanted to let you know that the list in this video is based on my personal experience and preferences. I know everyone has their favorites, and your list might look different from mine. Please remember, it's all subjective and meant to celebrate the genre we all love. Let's dive in. Number 13. Mortal Shell. Mortal Shell distinguishes itself in the Souls-like genre by introducing innovative gameplay mechanics and a captivating atmosphere. The standout feature is its shell system, allowing you to inhabit different bodies, each with distinct abilities and play styles. This adds layers to combat, requiring strategic adaptation to different foes and situations. The game's dark and haunting atmosphere, reminiscent of gothic horror, immerses players in a meticulously crafted world teeming with mystery and danger in every corner. Through subtle environmental storytelling and cryptic lore, Mortal Shell deepens the sense of intrigue, much like any other Souls-like titles out there. Number 12. Ender Lilies. Quietus of the Nights. Set in a once great kingdom that has been ruined by calamity, Ender Lilies, Quietus of the Nights isn't afraid to show off its Dark Souls inspiration. As well as a similar setting to the Dark Souls games, Ender Lilies also takes some cues from its combat system by littering the world with tough yet predictable enemies. Despite drawing heavily from Dark Souls, Ender Lilies manages to establish its own distinct identity. With its unique art style, Metroid-inspired world, and a slightly lower difficulty level compared to most Souls-likes, it stands out as a refreshing take on the genre. Number 11. Eldest Souls. Eldest Souls is an isometric boss rush Souls-like that sees you traveling through yet another kingdom that has fallen to ruin. Despite its somewhat derivative setting, Eldest Souls manages to create a compelling world through its excellent pixel art and creative boss arenas. In Eldest Souls, the combat unfolds just as you'd anticipate. A bosses unleash perilous, telegraphed attacks, compelling you to meticulously regulate your stamina bar to evade them. What sets Eldest Souls apart is its introduction of a magic-focused skill tree, departing from the typical Dark Souls leveling system. Number 10. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is easily the most famous Souls-like on the list, combining a AAA gleam with a slightly watered-down version of the typical Souls-like combat system. Fallen Order's mechanics are certainly more forgiving than your typical Souls-like, leading to many to view it as closer to the Force Unleashed than Dark Souls. The Souls-like leanings of its combat system become clearer if you choose to play on a higher difficulty setting. However, as a single mistake can lead to you being sent back to the Star Wars equivalent of a bonfire. It's on these harder difficulties where Jedi Fallen Order really shines, especially when you're up against a skilled lightsaber wielder. Number 9. Dead Cells. Dead Cells may be the most mechanically unique game on this list, focusing on a completely roguelite world rather than a tailored, static kingdom for you to explore. It also forgoes a stamina bar, forcing you to time attacks by pitting you against tougher foes rather than by limiting your endurance. In addition to its focus on randomized levels, Dead Cells stands out from other Souls-likes with its unique gear system. Unlike games that let you gradually build up your character over many hours, Dead Cells' roguelite structure pushes you to assemble the best build possible during each run, resulting in gameplay that constantly evolves. Number 8. Nioh 2. Nioh 2 stands out as one of the best not-from-software Souls-like games, and it's an impressive achievement that becomes completely unsurprising when you realize it was developed by Team Ninja. Serving as a well-realized adaptation of the Dark Souls formula, Nioh 2 shifts the setting to ancient Japan while significantly elevating the level of difficulty. Many will discover that Nioh 2 is notably tougher than any from-software title, but for some, it presents the perfect challenge. The game will repeatedly push you into the ground, hour after hour, yet you'll persist, driven by the desire to experience more of its incredible combat and world building. Number 7. Salt and Sanctuary. Salt and Sanctuary is one of the first 2D Souls-likes, setting the stage for the dozens that were to follow. Even now, years on, it is still one of the shining examples of how to adapt the Souls formula effectively without completely ripping it off. Salt and Sanctuary is set in, and guessed it, a kingdom that has fallen to ruin, rather than be saddled with a grand goal to save it. Though you're simply tasked with escaping, this need to get out permeates every inch of Salt and Sanctuary's bleak world, as the unrelenting horror of its art style and crushing boss fights closes in on you as you progress deeper into the kingdom. Number 6. Thymesia. While Thymesia may not be the biggest Souls-like title out there, it offers a unique experience in a distinct world where death spreads as you step into the shoes of Corvus and battle your way through. Playing like your typical Souls-like game, you'll need to carefully time your attacks, guard against enemies, and master the art of parrying to survive, with multiple endings to discover and achieve. What sets this game apart is its approach to length. Unlike many lengthy Souls-like titles, Thymesia offers a shorter experience. While this might not appeal to everyone, it brings a fresh and unique perspective without requiring a huge time commitment, making it a refreshing choice for those who want to dive into another Souls-like adventure. Number 5. Hollow Knight. One of the standout 2D Souls-like games to date is Hollow Knight, and its widespread appeal is for good reason. From its exquisite art style to the intricately designed levels and enemies, the variation in this game is truly unique. Beneath its seemingly simple 2D exterior lies a shockingly deep plot that may take some time to fully comprehend. In terms of gameplay, you assume the role of the knight, embarking on an exploration journey through a Metroidvania setting. To progress through certain areas, you must acquire special skills, confront challenging bosses that put your skills to the test, and navigate the vast map, which often leaves you to determine where to go next. Hollow Knight's charm lies not only in its visual and gameplay aesthetics but also in the depth of its world and narrative. Number 4. Lords of the Fallen. If you're seeking a game that shares similarities with the Dark Souls series, then Lords of the Fallen is precisely what you're looking for. This game represents a significant improvement from its predecessor and successfully incorporates familiar mechanics from Dark Souls while adding its unique touch through the introduction of the Umbral world. This feature allows you to seamlessly switch between Axiom, the living world, and Umbral, the dead world. In terms of gameplay, it captures the essence of playing a Dark Souls game while managing to establish its distinct identity, offering various classes, build options, an array of weapons, spells, and armor to choose from. The game provides the freedom to explore Mornstead with a customized character. Despite this freedom, it remains challenging, and you're likely to face numerous deaths, which is a characteristic that contributes to the allure of such games. Number 3. Remnant 2. If you're in search of a Dark Souls experience with a firearms twist, then Remnant 2 is the game for you. Building upon its predecessor, Remnant 2 has made substantial improvements while staying true to the formula that made it stand out. The game is notable for its randomly generated mechanics that add a dynamic element to the storylines, bosses, loot, and even the NPCs you encounter in the game world. All of this is woven into a challenging experience where you unravel the threat of the root and devise ways to eliminate it. Given the emphasis on gunplay, you'll find yourself immersed in a diverse array of weapons to wield and armor to choose from. It's simply outstanding. Number 2. Blasphemous 2. Blasphemous 2 stands out as one of the finest 2D Souls-like games released to date. Its combination of Metroidvania world design, Souls-like combat, and enigmatic storytelling coalesce in a remarkable way, drawing everyone into a world of both beauty and decay. Building upon the success of the first game, Blasphemous 2 elevates the experience, providing a smoother journey to explore the haunting land of Stadia. With a variety of weapons and skills at your disposal, the game challenges you to survive in this captivating world. If you found enjoyment in the first installment, Blasphemous 2 is undoubtedly designed to deliver more of what you crave. Number 1. Lies of P. Lies of P is the closest thing we have to Bloodborne, and we're quite content with that, at least for now. This game stands as a masterpiece, drawing heavy inspiration from Bloodborne while seamlessly incorporating mechanics from titles like Sekiro and Dark Souls. Rewriting the story we all grew up with, Pinocchio, it places it against the darkly elegant backdrop of the Belle Epoque era. Dark, compelling, and uniquely its own, Lies of P transports you into a gaming experience that echoes the essence of Bloodborne but adds its own special touch. The setting in the city of Krat, the character design, storyline, and combat mechanics collectively make the game stand out. As a protagonist, you embody a formidable version of Pinocchio, grappling with puppets and striving to save the city of Krat. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more awesome content. Thanks for watching.